Greetings and welcome to this brand new jailbreak update. For this weekend, we have some interesting jailbreak updates, and I have also personally tested A13 downgrade on one of my iPhone SE2 via SurrealRa1n. So we will get into that detail as well. And we have a new unofficial version for Palera1n Windows. First of all, let's cover the iOS 17.0 to 26.0.1 jailbreak updates. As you can see this tweet right here, a new jailbreak developer entered the scene and shown the progress for iOS 17.0 to 17.3.1 jailbreak for your SPTM chip only devices, which means it will support iPhone 13 or higher, and this will be released in several weeks as they want to stabilize the system and make sure it works. And most likely the name for this jailbreak will not be dopamine. It will be replaced with a new name to avoid a naming conflict. And if you scroll down, you can see we have this attached video as well. You can see the version here. You can see Celio, which sounds interesting and legit. We can also see some great progress going on with iOS 18.5 and lower jailbreak for all of your devices. So finally, we have user space reboot plus full bootstrap on iOS 18.5 for all of your devices, meaning all your ARM64E devices. And once it is complete, this will also work with iOS 26.0.1. So eventually we will get a full jailbreak for iOS 26.0.1 and lower very soon. So if you are on these versions, please stay put. Next, if you remember, I already covered this FilzaEscaped like functionality which was achieved on an iPhone 17 Pro Max running iOS 27 Beta 3 or Developer Beta 3. If you scroll down, you can see that this also supports read and write, meaning you will be able to create or delete files without issues with this FilzaEscaped or FilzaJailed. Most probably it will be released after iOS 27 final version is out in September 2026. Also, the good news is that it also works on iOS 26 latest version, which is currently iOS 26.5.2, which means it is completely backward compatible. The next update we have is this Palera1nWin, which works on Windows directly. So you can jailbreak your Palera1n supported devices, meaning your A11 and lower devices, right on Windows. You can see the supported devices. It is also completely free. You can get it from its official GitHub page. And we also have the quick start instructions on how to use it. You will have to install the WSL2 plus Ubuntu on Windows using these commands and so on. Once it is set up, you can run it and jailbreak your device. Also, this new Palera1nWin also have an option to fix your drivers once the jailbreak is complete, so that your device is detected again using iTunes. So it will fix your drivers, but I think this is a bit complicated. Most people will prefer using Palnix, which is easy to set up and use. You can also use WinRain, which I already covered with full guides on my channel. But I think that iOS 16.7.16 and iOS 15.8.8 is now supported by dopamine jailbreak, which is a much easier option to jailbreak these versions on all of your supported devices. But this is a welcome addition. The next big thing is SurrealRa1n. So yes, I already tested it with an A11 device downgrade and it worked flawlessly. It was very smooth. If you want a full guide on how to downgrade your A11 device, please comment below. But this time I have tested it with an iPhone SE2 downgrade. As you can see, it is now supported. So I tried to downgrade it to iOS 13.4.1 and I will be sharing my experience, and I will also share it with the step-by-step reference briefly. So as you can see, if you have an A12 or A13 device, now you can downgrade it to versions from iOS 15.4 to 15.6.1 on your iPhone 11, and if you have an iPhone XS Max, you can go to as low as iOS 14.0 beta 4. Same is the case with iPhone XS and XR. For iPhone SE second generation, you can go as low as 13.4.1 to 15.6.1. But I guess that if you want to go to any version higher than 13.4.1, you will have to first tether downgrade it to 13.4.1, then activate your device, and then go to any other version you want up to iOS 15.6.1. The good thing is that if you see the comments on SurrealRa1n, the developer is now using iDevice Restore for iPhone SE2 downgrades, which means you don't have to wait for the Cryptex 1 system OS to get downloaded, which was kicking the device out of recovery mode if your internet connection is slow. So this commit fixes it and the downgrade was very smooth. The process to downgrade your supported devices is very simple. It is just like your A11 devices. The process is very reliable and easy. So you will simply head to the official GitHub page for SurrealRa1n, and from there on your Linux you will just run two commands first: sudo apt update and then sudo apt install git, and then you will simply run this command to clone SurrealRa1n, and then you will run this command to launch SurrealRa1n. Talking about the dependencies, it will automatically install all the required dependencies. Now to make this all work, the main thing you will need is this RP2350 USB-A. If you don't know how to set it up, I have already made a complete guide. You will see it in the description. Once you have it, simply set it up, put your A12 or A13 device in DFU mode, and then you can plug it in to the RP2350. When the light turns green, it means success. Now you can remove the device from RP2350, then plug it in to the computer and complete the process with SurrealRa1n. Once your device is in PON DFU mode, you can then launch SurrealRa1n, and it will offer you these options. The first one is the downgrade options. You will select one first, and then from this simply choose two, which is restore tethered, which means this will be a tethered downgrade. So if your device turns off or your battery runs out, you will have to boot it using SurrealRa1n each time. One thing to note, that please use Xubuntu or Ubuntu 25 or higher, or you will see this error when you try to downgrade your devices. I have not tested it with Xubuntu or Ubuntu 24.0.4, so my bet is using version 25 or higher. Next, for this to work, you will first have to select a target IPSW. Target IPSW means an IPSW for an iOS version you want to downgrade to. So in my case, it was iOS 13.4.1. Next, you will need a base IPSW. The base IPSW is the latest signed IPSW for your device. So in my case, it was iOS 26.5.2. You can easily get these from ipsw.me. It's completely free and safe. Once these are selected, simply hit start restore. This may take a while, and then you should see restore finished, and your device will again go into recovery mode. You will again then go to SurrealRa1n, run it, and then select the just boot option. But before you select just boot option, make sure you get your device into DFU mode and then again pawn it using USBLiter8 using the developer board, and then your device should boot. Alright, so after using the just boot option, your device will boot. And if you are doing this for the first time, you will get to the hello screen, set it up, and you will be in to the targeted iOS version. Yes, the home button will not work. You will have to wake it up using power, and then you can use assistive touch to use the home button. To get assistive touch, you can use 3U tools. Then go to the tools section and then turn on assistive touch. So in my testing, everything worked. Yes, the Wi-Fi works without issue. The password protected Wi-Fi's also work. Passcode or the touch ID will not work. The device is getting detected by iTunes without issues. Talking about the battery percentage, so unlike my A11 device, it shows the battery percentage and the battery is shown up correctly. Talking about the version, just to show you, it is running iOS 13.4.1 and it is completely tethered, which means that if I reboot my device or my battery runs out, I will have to use Linux and then use the just boot option from SurrealRa1n. As you saw that the device was detected successfully by iTunes, I assume that you can easily install any app via Sideloadly, Impactor or iLoader, for example, and then you will also be able to jailbreak your device. Those are the things that need to be tested. One more thing that I need to test is if the network, the SIM works. So I will update you about that in some other video. That's all for this video, guys. If you still have questions, please ask in the comment section and I will reply you as soon as possible. I will see you in a new video. Goodbye and take care of yourself.